Jin. 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 That aura you have radiating off of you is too badass. Like, oh my god, I think I found my favorite character of World Trigger. Like, Jin is a badass. Just straight up a bona fide badass. Like, this dude, he is so fucking confident. Even last episode, he was confident. But with this episode, he is so confident that he can just continue to backpedal and back up and not even fight these strong-ass people that he said that he can beat. Technically, they're equal in power. And he says, like, he's just waiting for their Treon to run out. Like, he's that confident that he doesn't even have to fight. And he's worrying about the outcome of the battle. He's not even worrying about technically the battle. He's worrying about the after effects of the battle. Oh my god. Jin. Dude. Like, what a character. Just straight up what a character. Like I said, I think Jin is my favorite character so far from World Trigger. Like, he is that type of character when you see a shonen series, you instantly detect that's going to be a badass through the course of the series, and he is going to wreck some face. When Jin is finally serious, I'm willing to bet we're going to get to see some people getting wrecked, because at the end of this episode, Jin got a little bit serious. I highly doubt he's fully serious, but I really want to see him 100% serious to where he is putting his life on the line, because his character, damn. Here's the thing, we get a little bit of a backstory on Jin and Tachikawa in this episode. Supposedly, they are rivals. In the past, they were rivals, and at the time before Jin ever got his actual black trigger, he actually was like a rival with, you know, his pal Tachikawa, and they used to, you know, technically follow the time, and they were kind of equal for the most part, but at first, they weren't, because at the starting point when they first, I'm guessing, became rivals, Tachikawa was actually a lot stronger because his trigger was OP, pretty much. Kogetsu, I think that's the exact name that Tachikawa's trigger he was using, but anyways, the trigger that Tachikawa was using was way stronger than what Jin was using, and he stated that he will not be able to win because that trigger is like pretty much too OP, and so he actually designed the Scorpion trigger that was revealed in this episode. So I was like, oh shit, so Jin is that badass to where he actually managed to design like another trigger. And it actually was equal on par with this Kogetsu type trigger. So it shows you Jin is also very smart along with being a badass. Can't wait to see him actually in 100% action without holding back, because that's something I want to see. And on top of that, he has a black trigger called Fujin, and I think that's very intriguing finding out about the name of his black trigger, because we find out in this episode that the black trigger would adapt to almost anyone. Like, it could adapt to like 20 different people back a long time ago when Jin was first, you know, trying to find a black trigger, like when he was getting it. And this black trigger was actually adapted to 20 different people. And technically Jin won in the end and he got the black trigger, but this black trigger is not really that picky. But here's the thing that actually goes on top of this story. What I found very interesting about this is that the name of it's called Fujin. And if you look at Jin's name, it's called Jin. And then if you look at the last part of the name of Fujin, it's Jin. So knowing Japan, and when it comes to the Japanese culture with their naming sense, I'm willing to bet Fujin and Jin, with their names being so similar, it probably has a link, and most likely we'll find out in the future what type of link they really have. But I'm kind of shocked to find out that Jin, technically his black trigger is not from like a lost loved one or something like, you know, Kuga. I mean, I thought that black trigger is from someone that used to be his mentor, might have died, and that's how he got it. That's what I thought that black trigger was from. To actually find out that this black trigger appeared out of nowhere, from what I can understand, and pretty much he just had a little battle for it. Pretty impressive. So, episode, I mean, it reveals the 3 different types of triggers also on top of that. The Regets, it reveals the Scorpion, and then it reveals the Kogetsu. That's pretty much what the trigger types are revealed. They each have their own weaknesses and own strengths, and I like them for the most part, so that pretty much concludes this episode. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love y'all so much. You have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.